Welcome to BitBoy Crypto. The best way is... If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know? I want to tell you guys something. What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out about crypto. My name is Ben. We're talking balls.
Loves me? Is that true? Kevin says he loves me. That's Silverest Money over there with the chat. Is that true? Sorry, I got distracted. Somebody loves me. I'm interested. Always interested when people like me. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the people's channel, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. No channel works hard to keep you in the know about crypto. My name is Ben, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. Today is Thursday, December 15th. It is the Ides of December. Gonna end the show a little bit early today, taking off at 12:30. Taco is gonna come on at 12:30. Right at the end, he's gonna have some announcements about Pluto Alliance, the cruise, the Forge, things like that. Yeah, I'm actually on. I'm here almost every day, guys. Almost every day. I will not be here tomorrow though, as I will be in the Bahamas. Got some bad news about Apparently, Sam's got to put me on a list for me to be able to go visit him in jail. But we're gonna still. They weren't supposed to let me in the Albany either. They let me in, so we'll see what happens. We're gonna try to make it happen for sure. I will be really upset if I cannot take a selfie with Sam wearing orange. Okay, what are we gonna talk about today? Pocahontas? Talking about Pocahontas today?
Hey, yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? Is that uncouth to say Pocahontas? I think it's uncouth. Sorry, Elizabeth. Sorry. The banking broad, Elizabeth Warren. We're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren today, as she obviously has a bill. Oh, cool. Nice bill, Liz. And really what you have to understand is this. Look, let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you who I want to be friends with. You guys don't want to know who I want to be friends with? Let me tell you a sip of this mountain here. Monster. This monster mountain.
Mountain monster.
Guys, I'm on Bahamas mode already. I'm starting to look very walrusy. Need a beard trim. Yeah, so look, you don't know who I want to be best friends with? Tom Emmer. Where is this guy, Tom Emmer? Tom Emmer, let's be friends. Let's go after Gary Gensler together. Because, look, the cronyism in Washington and between the elected and unelected officials, man, it's never been clearer than it is today. And by the way, guys, if you like that we go after these politicians because we hate them and they suck, make sure to hit that like button. Also, if you're glad when TJ is out for the day, hit the like button. Let him know. Let him know. He goes and checks the numbers. Let him know that you guys don't like him and you like Frank better. Thank you. If you guys could do that, though, it is the number one thing that... look at Frank. There's Frank. Frank.
Hello. I'm in a box.
Frankie Candles, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to subscribe to his channel. But look, seriously, though, smash the like button. Number one thing you can do to help the channel out, help crypto adoption. Guys, we hold people accountable here on this channel. Nobody else is willing to do it. We're willing to do it. It might be just because I'm real hard-headed and maybe I got a big ego and maybe I'm naive. But I think we can change. I think we can make things change. When you look at what about my war with O'Leary? That's not a war. That's not a war. That's like if America and Canada got in a war. Like, come on, guys. Let's be real. That's not a real war, guys. Okay. That's us deciding not to massacre. That's all it is with me and Kevin. The guy, that guy is such a piece of garbage. Okay. But here's what I want to say. Several things have been revealed. Okay. Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler, well, they're sleeping together. I don't know if they're actually sleeping together, but they're in bed with one another for sure. Okay. How do we know this? Guys, do the math here. Do the math. You have Gary Gensler meeting for 6 months with Sam Bankman-Fried. And what was that thing that Drew was bringing up about something where they refused? What was that thing, Drew? The no action relief. And that was who Gary Gensler gave that to Sam? So they wouldn't look into FTX while he's meeting with them. This is not a joke, guys. Literally, Gary Gensler gave Sam Bankman-Fried, the most evil man in crypto, who I told you was the most evil man in crypto first. I told you he was the devil. I told you. Now everybody sees it, okay? Literally gave him a pass and looked the other way. Well, you know what's weird? When you really start breaking this down, wait. Didn't Elizabeth Warren's daughter intern for Gary Gensler at the SEC? Interesting, isn't it? Hold on a second. Didn't Elizabeth Warren meet with Sam Bankman-Fried's dad to do tax legislation in 2016? You start seeing what's happening here, okay? Gary Gensler is losing power. He's going to be out over this. I don't see any way he survives this. There's no way he survives this. Tom Member needs to go ahead in full force. We can share all the information we have with them. We got to get this man out of office, period. Joe Biden, you got to get back $5 million because of this man. Think about that. How bad does that make you look, Joe? Not very good, okay? Now the mantle, as Gary Gensler is moving away, now it's being passed to Elizabeth Warren to now lead the charge against crypto. Guys, they're all in bed with each other. Elizabeth, we see this. Somebody hold this woman accountable. Someone hold her accountable. This is what pisses me off about the world we live in today. Who is willing to ask the tough questions? Who is willing to ask them? It's nobody in Washington. It's nobody in the mainstream media. Hold a Twitter Spaces. None of those people are asking tough questions. Who's going to answer? Who's going to ask the tough questions? Elizabeth Warren, describe your relationship with Sam Bankman-Fried's dad. Explain it. Before you get to do crypto regulation and legislation, explain your relationship with the father of the biggest scammer in all time. How about that? You want to talk about criminals? Criminals in crypto? You worked with the biggest one. What is wrong with you? Why do people not ask these questions? It drives me insane. Why did she get up there and talk about drinking a beer at home with her pals, with her husband, drinking a beer? Very dork. Why do people not ask the questions? Why does she get up there and let me tell you who will ask the tough questions. I will. Ain't nobody else going to do it. I will. There will become a time where I'm in front of Elizabeth Warren. I'm sure of it.
Getting chat all fired up over here.
Well, it's true. I didn't even mean to get fired up. I didn't even mean to start ranting. Okay. I didn't mean to start it.
I love it.
It makes me so mad though. She's pushing this false narrative about criminals in crypto while you're working with the biggest one. Joe Bankman is behind the whole thing. He's the biggest scammer of them all. Sam Bankman-Fried is the fall guy for his freaking parents. I want to see the money trail between Bankman's, Barbara Fried, and Elizabeth Warren, because I guarantee it's there. Guarantee you it's there. Guaranteed. And you look at how in bed Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler are with each other. It's disgusting. We need to get this hoe out of here. This hoe needs to be drugged. So I need to drug this hoe. You drag this hoe. What we need to do. Grab her by her hair, drag her out, get her somewhere outside of Washington, D.C., and have her and Gary have their little, their little Caroline Sam mini parties or whatever they're going to do. Okay? Because this woman doesn't belong anywhere near crypto. She doesn't belong anywhere near money. She doesn't understand it. She wants to talk about cryptos are criminals. Let's look at CoinMarketCap real quick. Let's look at CoinMarketCap real quick. Let's see what the Bitcoin market cap is at right now. Bitcoin market cap is at $335 billion. $335 billion. Mexican cartel has $500 billion US dollars. Cash. $500 billion. More than Bitcoin. Where you at, Liz? Where are you at getting tough on the cartel? Oh, no, it's advantageous for your side of the political aisle to just invite everybody over here. Cartel, come on over. We'll be friendly to the cartel here. They have more cash than Bitcoin. More cash than exists inside of Bitcoin. Where are you talking about that, ho? Liz, Banking Broad? Where you at? I don't understand. I can't for the life of me understand. If you live in Massachusetts and you vote for this woman, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, period. You are the worst of the worst. If you vote for this woman, I can't imagine having this person represent me. What is she good for? What does she do? Seriously, what benefit does she give to anybody? Nothing. She literally does nothing. And I can't for the life of me wrap my mind around voting for this woman. You deserve what you get if you live in her constituency, period. If you are not a one-issue voter when it comes to crypto at this point, then you don't understand the big picture that's going on here. This is the only chance we got, guys. This is it. Secretary of Tips with a super chat. Brett Garlinghouse said in a podcast with Pomp 2019, the Ripple XRP uses funds to invest in other crypto projects. Did XRP or Ripple have any money invested in FTX? And would that affect holders in any way? I don't think that they did. I think we would know. That's a good question, though. We can look into it. So, all right. Trump launched an NFT series right here. Is that true?
I don't know. Taco was saying that.
Yeah, he's saying he has his own NFT project. What's it on? Have you been to Massachusetts? It's full of Karens, and this is their queen. She is the queen, Karen. Yeah. All right. Well, is it on here today? We'll pull it up in a second. So, anyways, there you go. That was my rant for the day. I can't promise it'll be my only one. But I tell you, didn't Georgia almost vote in a slow adult ex-football player? No, he was actually extremely fast. That's why he was a good football player. Maybe I'm gonna take that seat next time. Maybe I'm gonna take that seat. You guys think I should? Should I run for Senate? I might do it.
Do it. They're all saying you should.
Look, I love Georgia football. Herschel Walker was a little before my time. Won a championship in 1980. I wasn't even alive then. He wasn't the best candidate. They should have put somebody else up there. Just saying. All right. So, I mean, if y'all could see what they were doing, trying to, put him up. They had a plan. It was a dumb plan. It didn't work. You got to put somebody up there that's going to be able to communicate for the people, not just, give rallying cries based on positions you should take if you're a Republican or a Democrat. So we really need some people with some brains voted in. And you know what? The thing is when you think about politics, the thing that really sucks about it is when you get involved in it, it's like most people who stand for stuff, they get in and they get shut down because they realize it's all a game and they get frustrated. That's why the people that stick in politics forever, they're always bad people. They're always bad people. If you're a lifetime politician, you're a bad person because you're comfortable living within the slowness and the red tape that's consciously drawn around you to prevent you from getting things done. And so, guys, notice whenever you look at the makeup of the executive branch and the legislative branch, when we've got the least amount done is when one political party is in charge of everything. When you have Democrats in charge of presidency, man, where's my inhaler? Need my inhaler. In charge of the presidency, Congress, and the Senate, they don't get anything done. Never. They actually don't like it when that's the case. They like it now where it's better, where it's a little gridlocked, because they can masquerade what they do a little bit better. They don't want to get stuff done, guys. We need people that want to get stuff done or are willing to fight to make it happen. So, anyways, Tom Emmer called me. Let's get Tom Emmer on the show. We need to make a concerted effort to go after Gary Gensler. He must be removed. This man must be removed. We can't remove Elizabeth Warren. We'd have to do a recall. And I don't live there, so I can't help her. But dang right, we can push to get Gary Gensler removed. I need Tom Emmer. Let's get him on the show. I'll go visit him. Let's have a meeting. Let's get a plan together to get this guy out. He met with the biggest fraudster in the world for 6 months and did not see what was happening. At best, Gary Gensler is the most incompetent man in Washington, D.C. At best. That's his best case scenario. The most incompetent. This is ASAC Hank Schrader having a brother-in-law named Heisenberg. So close to it, you couldn't see it. But you sit back in hindsight and you say, man, I was there the whole time. That's what's going on in Washington right now. Think about this. At best, Gary Gensler is the most incompetent man in Washington, D.C. Best. At worst, he's a fraudulent scammer running a regulatory agency. Think about that. There's not much in the middle. There's nothing he could say to justify his actions, right? It's kind of like if you go to what happened with the Tom Tiedemann guy who doxed me. I guess you guys understand a little bit more why I'm so angry about this man doxing me, right? Doxing my house. Now you guys see what happened to me. I talked to Daniel and Ian, who run Unbanked. And they said, well, he keeps telling us that, he'd be getting these suspicious login requests on his Twitter for like months, for several months. He said it wasn't him. You know, somebody had hacked his account. It's like, guys, you be for real, you know, for real. Like, first of all, I got screenshots going way back further than that. But, you know, Daniel looked at me and said, yeah, the thing is, though, is like, what does that say about a person if they're getting suspicious login attempts for 4 months and they do nothing about it? It's like, at best, that's super incompetent. And like, that person doesn't have good judgment. That's Gary Gensler. At best, he's incompetent and doesn't have good judgment. At best. So the fact that this man still has a job today, I want to put by the end of January, I want this man out. I want this man out. And we're going to do everything in our power to make it happen. Sam is in jail now. What did we tell you was going to happen? We were not going to stop until Sam is in jail. Sam is in jail. We're moving on to the next thing. Gary, you're in the targets right here, bud. You are going to get removed. Everyone who works for the SEC hates you. We know that. They quit in droves. They complain about you all the time. So this is not a me versus SEC issue. This is a me versus Gary Gensler issue. This man must be removed. It's time to hold these people accountable. Another rant. I want 2 rants in a row. Will these exchange outflows make the on-exchange supply dry up and drive the price up at some point soon? Can you explain what's happening on that? The on-chain metrics have been interesting because, you know, there used to be a correlation between the exchange outflows and the price. Now there doesn't seem to be because people are removing coins from exchanges for different reasons. Different reasons. But you're right. There should be we are in a liquidity crunch right now because all of this crypto and all this Bitcoin is sitting on exchanges that are insolvent that can't move. So we're already kind of there. And I think that's why we're not seeing the price go down. And after yesterday's announcement, I mean, I feel like we probably have bottomed even stronger. And, you know, we're going to get into the announcement, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. But I do believe that I think we bottomed. And I think that, you know, things are going to turn around. What was the SEC letter about? Long story. We're still having, you know, basically we had to change lawyers on it. There was like a conflict of interest. The lawyer we had also had another person that was dealing with kind of the same thing. So anyways, we'll talk about it as soon as we can. It's not a big deal, I promise. I'm not the target. Well, I'll tell you, it's not. I'm not the target. The people can read into that what they want. The whole thing's silly. I don't really have anything for them. What they're asking for, I don't have because I have not engaged in any of the stuff that they're wondering about. So we will be responding to that and be letting you guys know pretty soon what comes out. I suspect probably by next week we'll have all this stuff straightened out. I had to extend the deadline because I had to switch the lawyers and stuff. It's all just paperwork. It's all just logistic stuff. It's just logistic stuff. The funny thing is, I literally don't have anything for them. So, anyways, okay, let's go ahead and move to the charts here. We got 22,000 exchanges, 534 exchanges, 22,000 cryptos, market cap 875 billion, 24-hour volume 44 billion, Bitcoin dominance 38.3%, ETH dominance 17.7%. Wow, that dropped dramatically. Why did ETH dominance drop so much? Huh? Anybody know?
No.
That's strange. I mean, it dropped like 0.5%. Yeah. Bitcoin's about the same. Bitcoin's about the same and ETH dropped. So very interesting. 29 Gwei, that's 14.5 Paraguay was sent to an ETH transaction. Bitcoin 17.4. Wait. 17.4. It went over 18 yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And it's right back at the same spot.
Yep.
Interesting. Ethereum 1269. It's down a pretty good bit. 5%. It's down just a hair more than Bitcoin. So it shouldn't have had that much of a big drop next to the dominance level. So very interesting. Let's see. BNB. What is this? Coco's BCX? It's got to be an exchange token, right? What is this? Where did this thing come from?
I've never heard of it.
Been around since 2019. It's got to be an exchange, right? Coco's blockchain expedition? What? The ultimate GameFi enabler? This is interesting. Is this a ETH drop because people say it's not decentralized? It could be made of security. No, I promise that's not why it dropped. I don't know why, but I promise that's not why it dropped. Okay. Yeah, very interesting here. I don't know what this is. Maybe somebody knows that this is an outlier. Somebody knows why this pumped. Surely this is not like a top 10 coin right now. So I don't know. XRP. That's why you got to scroll down here sometimes. Biggest winners of the day. XDC, Chili's, Bitcoin SV, Immutable X. Kevin O'Leary, huge behind Immutable X. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, huge behind Immutable X. We will be dropping our support for them if this is confirmed to be true, like I think it is. Immutable X relayed a message to me, actually, from someone else or through someone else. They CoinLeague went bust. It was not successful. That's what I'll say. I don't know if they're still running it, the people who did the development. I know you're right. It is off topic. There wasn't an affiliation. It was ours. It just went bust. I mean, it didn't work. Nobody wanted to use it. We tried to push it on the channel, and it sounded like a great idea. And, people weren't excited to do it. I guess the idea is, why would you bet on things going up or down when you could just go invest in the coins, I guess? Maybe that was the reason. But it didn't really work out, unfortunately. It's one of our ideas on the channel that was unsuccessful, which is very rare, to be honest with you.
I was going to say, now that you say it, it is very rare.
It is very rare. Most things we do win. And when they do lose, we see very early and we stop. So that's why we didn't go much further with CoinLink, because unfortunately it was not going to work. The interest was not there like we thought it would be. I made your price predictions. Any ETH for Valentine's Day? 2,500 ETH for Valentine's Day, right? That's famous. But look, I think also Kevin also behind NFT.com as well. And Immutable X and NFT.com separately through different people have asked me to stop talking bad about Kevin. Well, here's what I got to say to y'all. F you. Nope, not going to happen. I will only continue to say bad things about bad people. I don't understand this world of paying people off to keep them quiet about people. Like, I don't get it. Like, what Sam Bankman-Fried was able to do to pay people off to shape narratives, I don't understand. What I say about things, it's not for sale. Like, I'm not going to be pressured to say or not say something based on someone telling me or paying me. That's not going to ever happen. There's not enough money in the world to pay me to shut me up about what a crook Kevin O'Leary is. That money doesn't exist. You could give me an asteroid with 1 billion tons of gold on it and float it out and it sit above my house. I don't care. It means nothing to me. I care more about credibility, and I care more about crypto, and I care more about the people. And I don't like wolves in sheep's clothing. And that's what this man is. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. This thing yesterday of him talking, sounded like a champion of crypto. It's an act. It's an act. Don't you see what he's doing? He's trying to save face in the space. Save face in the space. He's trying to be a hero because he knows that will play well for him because we've crushed him. We've destroyed his reputation in crypto and we'll continue to destroy it. He can't come out there and say, we're hopeful for crypto, yay. And then we all of a sudden decide to look the other way on all the stuff that he's done. No, we want to. Kevin O'Leary is done in crypto. Kevin O'Leary is done in crypto. If you are associated with Kevin O'Leary, I'm looking at you NFT.com, I'm looking at you Immutable X. If you're associated with him, you're out. You're on the way out. We say no to traditional finance. We say no to stock market 2.0. This is the stand we make after FTX. And we stand it and we hold the ground and we say no and we don't give in. Yeah, okay, he's invested in if he's invested into a coin in his portfolio, that's we're not going to use that as economic warfare here, because then he could just invest in Cardano and I'd have to say, I hate Cardano. No. We're talking about projects that Wonderfy and he has a lot of money invested in on the front end. No, we're not supporting those, period. And this is hard line. The BitSquad needs to draw with these people. And there are others out there. We need to figure out who these other people are. And we need to stop supporting them too. We can't allow these people to hijack our system. The money that comes in on the front end is not worth the pain and wreckage of people that we've just gone through and we're continuing to go through. So no, Kevin, you don't get to get up there and say, hey, we love crypto and we forgive, because it's an act and it's fake. Everything he's ever done has been fake. His whole entire thing is, guys, he's an actor. That's what he is. He's an actor. So 3 rants. It's only 11:53. I've already been on 3. I hate these people though. I hate them. I hate Gary Gensler. I hate Elizabeth Warren. I hate Kevin O'Leary. I hate Sam Bankman-Fried. I hate his parents. I hate Dan Friedberg. I hate all these people. They must be removed. Those people are making deals right now, I'm sure. Rumors of Binance US closing in 2 weeks. Thoughts? Is that true? I don't think that's true.
I haven't heard that.
No. The connection between Binance US and Binance is very weak, at least on paper. So I don't think there's anything about that. So BitBoy 2024, I don't know. Maybe I do run for president. We'll see what happens. 2024. Am I old enough to run for president? How old you gotta be?
No, yeah, I think you're good.
Oh, shut up, Frank. Shut up,
No,
Frank.
I don't think the age. I don't
Shut
think
up,
it's like,
Frank.
I don't think it's that high.
Oh
What is that?
my gosh.
Maybe 30?
My gosh.
I have no idea.
You're a Christian. Do not hate. Okay, you're right. As a person, sure. I hate what they've done to crypto. You know, Kevin's intentions are pure. He hates money. How do you think Ripple would? How do you think Ripple case would be effective during Gary's ousted from the SEC in January? Love the show. Watch every day. I think it's over. I mean, I think if you remove Gary Gensler out of the way, I think the case is over. Because I think whoever comes in and takes over the SEC next, and we want to be a good person. We want to be a good person. I don't want to have to fight with the head of the SEC. I don't want to have to do that. That's stressful for me. Everything we do involves, crypto, which counts on regulation, right? We think we have the solution. We think we have the solution that's going to remove the SEC from the picture. But regardless of that, I don't want to have to fight with the SEC. I'm hoping for a transition period where the next person who comes in, where we say, okay, good. Now we can breathe. Now we don't have to worry about constant enforcement. People trying to make money. Every single thing they do is about money. We don't want that. We want a world that makes sense with smart crypto regulation that protects financial sovereignty, that also allows it for people to be able to, if somebody gets hacked, for that to be tracked somehow, or at least have a hope of getting their money back. We want a balance of all that stuff. But the fact is, Gary Gensler doesn't want any of that. He's paid by the banks. Janet Yellen, paid by the banks. Do the math. It's not hard. I don't know why we're the only people talking about this. It's so obvious. Janet Yellen took in 60% of her net worth in 1 year doing Zoom calls with banks. And then she becomes Treasury Secretary. Guys, this is the most crooked system that ever existed. And we've got to start weeding these people out. We got to start letting our elected officials know we're not going to stand for this anymore. Period. We draw the line. The line has been drawn. FTX, this is too far. The political contribution, and let me tell you, there's going to be such a great, I can't wait. Look, do you guys understand what what FTX means for our political system? We're about to get a reset, guys. We're about to get a reset. All these politicians are going to have to answer for dirty money, and they're going to have to give the money back. From what I've been told, the people are looking, the government agency, AUSA is what I was told, but that doesn't make sense. Whoever it is, I was told this from someone in Washington. When these people start tweeting about taking the money back from the political contributions, it's happening. It's happening. The money is getting clawed back from these politicians. What kind of spot is having to give millions of dollars back going to put a lot of these politicians in? One word, vulnerable. Very vulnerable. If we were looking for an opportunity to overhaul this country, and I don't mean one political side or the other. I don't mean one side or the other. What I mean is replacing the people who are empowered that do not need to be in power. If you need to replace them with somebody else in the same party, go for it. You replace them with the other side, go for it. But we're about to get a political reset in the next 4 years. There's going to be unlike anything it's an opportunity unlike anything we've ever seen, I believe, in politics in this country. Maybe opportunities even for a third party to rise up. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I start the third party. We'll call it the YouTuber party. Yeah, I have Wendy as my vice president. That may be sexist. I may have to make her president. I'll be vice president. But in all seriousness, though, that's what we're going to see, and that's what's going to happen. The repercussions of this FTX thing, we have not even begun to feel them yet, and they go so much further than just crypto. And so I'm really excited about what is going to happen in the next several years because I really think, we're moving forward with our political action committee. We're going to be doing an NFT race for some of that stuff here soon, and it's very exciting. And we're going to continue to push. And guys, we're going to continue to be we're not the leader in crypto. Like, we're the leader in change here. Like, we are the leaders of change in the financial world. It's this channel. It's the people that watch this channel. We're not going to let go. We're a bulldog. I got 2 of them. And also go Bulldogs. They're going to win championship again this year. Okay. Fact is, when we take a bite out of something, we don't let go. Period. I'm too hard-headed. And so we're going to keep coming at these people until we get change. This isn't where next week we're going to go back to regular live streams and we're just talking about, what's going on. Who did Polygon partner with? No. This is a big issue channel, and we're going to continue to drive change. And if you don't want to be part of that, then you're going to miss out, because this is going to be something very, very special over the next several years. I can promise you that. Okay. Stop the hate. How'd you cut so much weight, Ben? I had liposuction, and also I went to a doctor in a third world country. He just had a knife. He just started cutting all my fat off.
I thought it was a Liver King diet.
The Liver King. Me and Liver King are actually buddies. I send him a delivery once a month. Come on, Liver King. Why'd you have to lie about it? Guys, steroids are not bad. I'm just going to say that. Steroids are not bad if you're an adult. There's a reason hormone replacement therapy is a thing. I had no problem with him doing steroids. I got a problem with him lying about it. I don't think he's trying to sell products and act like he's natural. Guys, anyone who's ever done steroids can look at that man and know he's not natural. It's not hard to do. So just be honest. And people respect the honesty a lot more. If people think you're doing steroids, but also you got all these supplements, like, guys, they're still going to buy the supplements. You still look pretty freaking ripped, you know? So I don't know. Me and the Liver King in a cage match? Is that what we should do? Me versus Liver King?
Oh, yeah.
I'd fight Liver King. I wouldn't fight Liver King. I don't know if he can fight. Just because he's big doesn't mean he can fight, though. Okay, all right, let's move on. Frank, come to TA.
Okay. I guess we.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I'll put
is somebody going to sit back there? Are you going to run both at the same time?
I'll just run back.
Okay.
Oh, hey, guys. Long time no see. But yeah, guys, we got some good stuff to look at here on the charts, and some stuff I actually want to go back and look at. Some stuff that we were looking at yesterday that actually wound up playing out pretty beautifully. But taking a look here, guys, I want to focus here on the significant movement indicator, because this has been giving me pretty good insight into, where we're going to cool off and, where we have room to run, when looking at different time frames. So real quick, I do just want to come down to that 30-minute. We were looking at this yesterday. I'm going to come up to this chart here. Now, we were looking at this on the stream yesterday. And let it spawn here. Takes a minute. There we go. Right. We were looking at this yesterday. Things looked like they were starting to cool off as we came up to key resistance. And we had the BitLab market intelligence indicator pointing out all 4 of these bearish divergences. And, it's going back in hindsight, you see like really how pinpoint nailed it got this move. And obviously, one thing that makes trading so hard is that, when the signals are up there and you can't see that the price already went down, it's very hard to commit and, pull the trigger. Obviously, you don't just want to make your decision based off one thing, but, that's why we have the significant movements indicator up as well. But going back in hindsight, you can really see how accurate, these indicators can be. So we did have those 4 bearish divergences being signaled as we were coming into our key resistance. And you can see here on the significant movements indicator, this big red peak here was letting us know that, hey, at least on the 30-minute, we're pretty topped out here, right? And obviously, the higher these waves come, typically the stronger the signal. But, typically when you see these, you do come down at least a little bit. You could see this wave didn't get a big dump, but you did get a decent tradable move here. So when you start using these with confluence, guys, it can be very, very powerful, especially when you just combine them with simple support and resistance. But I just wanted to bring that up because we did look at that yesterday. I just kind of wanted to show you guys how these things play out. But there you go, right? We were calling for a cool off, and here we are. We actually got it, and we are actually approaching an important level that I've been looking at. And it's a level where I may actually add to my long position. I took a lot of profits on my long yesterday when we saw the bearish divergences forming. We also got a pretty big bearish divergence here on the 4-hour, not necessarily indicating that we're going to come down to lower lows, but we do have some pretty big bearish divergences coming here into this resistance as well. But as you can see on the lower time frames, we are starting to get these blue waves on the significant movements indicator, right? So as we approach this key level of support at about 17,250, give or take a few dollars, if we come down to this level and we start getting some bullish signals, such as bullish divergences popping up on, market intelligence, we'll call those for you. But if we start seeing some bullish divergences here, and as well as on the significant movements indicator, we are starting to get this blue wave, right? So this is indicating to me we're coming down to support. We have the blue wave saying that we could be having a bottom. And, you know, if we do get a bounce here, I do think it would be short-lived. And the reason I say that is because if you look at the rest of these lower time frames, you can see we're starting to show blue waves, letting us know that we may be finding a local bottom here on the lower time frames. But if we come up here, even on the 1 hour, the 3 hour, or actually just the 1 hour here is also showing a little bit of a bottom. So a local shorter time frame bounce would be likely here, in my opinion, even if it's not a big move. But when we start working up here to the higher time frames, you can see 4 hour was showing it was very overheated here on the significant movements with a stochastic RSI divergence as we came into that significant resistance. And if we come up a little bit higher, you can see as we work our way up these time frames, if you keep an eye on the significant movements here, these red waves are getting bigger and bigger. So it is looking like the 12 and the 16 hour are getting pretty toppy here. So I would expect these to start to come down. However, because on the lower time frames, we're getting the blue waves, it would show a short-term bounce, right? So this is a good way to kind of differentiate what's happening between different time frames, right? So now if we come now to the higher daily time frames, because you guys know we've been looking at these you know, showing really bullish signs with these bullish divergences on the weekly and the higher daily time frames, you could see that the higher time frames still do look pretty bullish here, because we do have these blue waves popping up here on the weekly, the 6-day, and the 5-day, the 4-day. A lot of these higher daily time frames are still showing blue waves, right? They don't have the big red waves. They have the blue waves, indicating that we are still at, you know, finding somewhat of a bottom here, and we have these bullish divergences. So, you know, I know I'm going to keep it short here because I know we are limited on time, but blue waves on the higher time frames, I still have hope for those higher daily time frames. Until these blue waves start to turn into red waves, you know, that's when I would start worrying. So longer term, I am still leaning a bit bullish here because of this. And then the medium term, again, like the 4 hour, the 5 hour, the 6 hour, mostly the 12 and the 16 hour are looking pretty toppy. So I do think we can cool off in the medium term. And then super, super locally, I think we can get very short-term bounces. And I just thought that was a really, you know, like right here on the 15 minute, you can see we have a big blue wave with some bullish divergence as well. So short-term bounce, medium-term cool off, super long-term higher daily time frames are still looking bullish. And just to add a little confluence to that, pulling up the DXY here, if we come to the higher time frames, like I was saying, you know, we are looking to potentially cool off in the medium term. And if you look at the DXY, you can see we're not getting red waves on the 16 hour and the 12 hour, but we're getting blue waves, showing that the DXY could be having a bounce soon, which obviously would correlate with Bitcoin cooling off on these time frames. So there you go, guys. That's basically it. That's my sentiment. That is where I think price is headed. And, you know, I just did kind of want to showcase, you know, a lot of people ask me, you know, because on my stream, I'll be bullish while I'm looking at one time frame. And then I look at another time frame and I'm bearish. And people are like, are you bearish or bullish? And I think this really does put into, you know, context, you know, how you can change your sentiment between time frame to time frame. Because if you're scalping, you would want to be looking for longs, in my opinion, right now. And, you know, if you are looking to maybe swing trade or day trade on those medium time frames, you may be wanting to look for a short. So it's all about context of the market. And there you guys go. I do think the higher time frames do still look pretty bullish. And the second they start looking bearish, and I don't think we're going to get these this big jump, this big pump up that we've been looking for, I will definitely let you guys know. Back to Ben. Bing bong.
Oh, so I switched. Wait, are you wearing the same hoodie today you were wearing yesterday?
Deep fake it. Yes. Do I smell?
Wait, Frank. Ben is asking.
I had a different one in my closet.
Chat's asking what. Did you say you're gonna pants Ben?
Oh yeah, on the stream, on my stream.
You're gonna pants me?
What?
Pants Ben on stream, and I said it wouldn't matter because he's waist down.
No, guys,
Wow.
I got a Gucci belt on. These pants aren't coming down, boys. Okay, get that Gucci lock. Got that Gucci chastity on. Okay, lock. I got a new Burberry belt. We wore it for the first time.
Oh hey,
yeah. And you know, I bought it. Look, guys, I don't want to flex my Givenchy belt on y'all, but I did buy a belt that was $650.
Jeez.
And Odie Wilbs tore it up birthday.
No.
Yeah, he tore it up.
Odie Wilbs is a menace.
Odie Wilbs is a beast.
He's a menace.
Yeah, he chews up all my belts. And I just had my pants on the floor and the belt was in there. First, they had not even left that pair of pants yet. And he got into it and ugh. But I think, you know who could probably fix it? Drew's wife. I bet Drew's wife can, like, she worked with designers. She could probably, like, burn off the end. It just needs to be burnt off or something. Make it look cool. So it still works as a belt. So we'll see what happens. But Anyways. Okay. Yeah, it was a waste. We pay that much for a belt and your dog eats it. Yeah, it's not good. But anyways. It's a cool belt though. I like it. It's like a seat belt kind of. Okay. All right, moving on here. Also my wife sent me this text. I thought this was really funny. You're going to like this, Frank. This is from Radio Face, one of our mods here. He says, when TJ is off, there's nobody to lightly interject and help control Ben's ADHD and stay on task. So it's 12:10. We haven't started the show yet. Yeah, I'm not so. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that. Yeah, it is a waste of money. I agree. I'm not that concerned about our, like, we have our rundown. I don't know if you guys have figured out the way we've been doing the show over the last like 3 or 4 months. We just kind of talk about stuff. We try to hit all this stuff on the rundown, but I think like our cool, like kind of laid back conversational style that we've been doing lately, I think it works. I think it's good. And I think, you know, this, especially in a bear market, like this is what you guys have to understand. This has got, with all of the bull market people leaving, like it's only our hardcore people here. Like all y'all know crypto. All y'all probably know a lot of the stories we're talking about already. This is a time where we can really like, not necessarily try to grow our community, because our community's grown. We've got a stronger base than anybody else in crypto. It's not even close. That's why I got so many haters out there. It don't matter, because all y'all make money and y'all know the truth with this channel. Y'all understand. The fact is, this is where we grow the roots. This is where we really develop the relationship that makes this such a powerful community to where we can enact change in the world. That's what this time is about. So, you know what? Sometimes we just fly through the stories, but it's more about the engagement. It's more about our conversation we have back and forth. This show is for y'all. This show is not for new people coming in. This show is for y'all. It's for the community. Handsome Ben, love you, man. Is it low IQ of me to stop buying alts until I achieve 1 Bitcoin? Almost have one. Thank you for everything you do. I say right now, buying Bitcoin is probably a good thing to do compared to alts. Alts generally will bottom after Bitcoin. There might be a better time to start accumulating. So we're not doing a ton of altcoin videos on the channel right now. I mean, we do have ICP video I recorded yesterday. Very good video. Very good video. I have some interesting thoughts on Arkham Intelligence. I talked directly to the Arkham Intelligence guy. I know everybody in the ICP community hates them and thinks that they're the villain. I tend to think actually the New York Times is the villain, and I wonder if Arkham Intelligence have been used themselves. They may be lying to me as well. I understand that, but you'll get my interesting take on that in that ICP video as well. So, all right, moving on. Let's see here. Bitcoin exchange net flows hit record 91,000 Bitcoin. We already talked about that. Bitcoin hash rate suffers surges as Ethereum miners shift to mine Bitcoin post merge. I wonder if that's what we're seeing. I wonder if we're seeing Ethereum miners moving over to Bitcoin and maybe that's affecting the dominance. I don't think so. I buy Bitcoin for the original reason, to be our own bank, send money without a middleman, to be able to get out of traditional finance. Amen. Well, that's good, Murray. I appreciate that. That should be what people strive to do. It's hard in today's society because of the banks, the way they have everything set up. As it happens, Ethereum ending proof of work support has led some of its miners to swap their ETH mining machines for those that can buy and mine Bitcoin, boosting the Bitcoin hash rate as a result. And you guys can see here, the hash rate is going up. You see the ETH hash rate is going down, or it ended. The ETH hash rate ended. The chart ended. Doesn't exist anymore. So there you go. All right. Fed ends 0.75 streak or 75 bip streak, opts for lower rate increase in December. It's the 7th consecutive rate increase. Wow. The U.S. Central Bank cited robust job growth and modest increases in spending and production. The move marks the Fed's 7th consecutive rate increase, a strategy it hopes will curb the highest inflation the country has seen in more than 4 decades, but analysts have said it will not end in a soft landing. I mean, how can they be talking about it soft? Like, we're not in a soft landing. Do y'all see the economy is wrecked? Like, what are we waiting for? Where's the landing? Like, we done been landed. You ever been on a plane and you had to land? This happened to me when I went to the Bahamas last time. You hit the ground and they're like, yeah, we don't have a gate. And you sit around on the plane for an hour while they wait to get you off the plane. And everybody's so mad. People are missing flights, missing connectors and stuff. That's where we're at. We already been stuck on the runway. We're waiting for a gate to open. So I don't know what these people are talking about. They just talking. They say nothing. They say nothing. Like, oh, it's like an end of a soft landing. We're not in a recession. That's what he said too. We're not in a recession. Guys, we are in a recession and we done landed. Like, I don't know why they keep talking about this in the future. Like, do they think people are that dumb? They do. CPI coming in lower than expected for a second straight month and falling decisively from the highs of earlier this year. It's clearly a macro positive. although it's not enough by itself to spark a material and sustainable rally. Today, we just moved, I think, into the very, very lowest level of what might be restrictive. And certainly in my view, in the view of the committee, there's a ways to go. They said there's still a ways to go. But we'll see. What does that mean? Does that mean he's going to continue to raise rates? Does that mean that he's going to, that means we're just going to see the economy slowly start to turn around? He left that open-ended. I think he did that on purpose because they want me to show the belt. Why do you want me to? The belt is right here, guys. It's a Gucci belt. It's a belt. What more do you want to see about it? You want me to take it off, whip it around?
Oh, hey.
Need a little spanking? Daddy's here. Okay. Hey, Liz, Gary, Daddy's here. You're getting that spanking. Okay. All right. Moving on. There we go. That was anticlimactic yesterday, wasn't it? Like the raise wasn't even like, I mean, it didn't even really make the news that much because all the Sam stuff. Do you have something for me, Allison? A 15-minute warning. Allison's here with my 15-minute warning. Thank you, Allison. Greatest assistant of all time. Y'all got an assistant? Not as good as mine. I'll tell you that.
Shout out to Allison.
No. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Share Americans living paycheck to paycheck rises to 63%. Wow. 63. You live paycheck to paycheck, Frank?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. But you did before you worked here.
Yeah.
Power of Bitboy Crypto right there. 63%. That means a lot. Oh, people are saying hey to Allison. Hey, Allison. Hey, Allison. That's what they're saying. Okay. Allison's like family, y'all, if y'all didn't know that. I don't know what kind of relative she is. I think maybe like a niece, maybe. I don't know. Because she's too, I think she's too old to be my daughter. And yeah, she's too young to be my sister. But even though my sister is actually like her same age. Actually, my sister's younger than her, I think, isn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like a sister. I don't know. She's a niece. I think a niece. I think that's the right answer.
Niece fits.
Niece fits. Okay. Stuff on finances. Blah, 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 blah. Elizabeth Warren crypto bill steps towards a digital dictatorship. Emphasis on the syllable dick. Okay. The staunch anti-crypto Democrat has released her proposed crypto regulation. By the way, somebody just posted Jameson Lopp, actually another crypto guy that got swatted. The only other one that I know of for sure. Got swatted several years ago. And he's been living off the grid, I think, since then. I think he says bad stuff about me, but it's okay. I don't care. People say bad stuff about me all the time. It's okay. I don't hold it against people. I can't help it that I'm at the top. My bad, Jameson. My bad, Corey Clemency. My bad. I didn't mean to be. I'm sorry, sorry, I get you clicks. Whatever. All love. I drove all my hate for people except for Kevin O'Leary, Elizabeth Warren, and Gary Gensler.
Hey, I like to shoot at the king.
They always do. Got to iron back. The fact is that Elizabeth Warren has proposed, I think, over 300 bills. Do you know how many she's gotten approved? Whole chat turns into asking Ben to spank her Wimpton. My gosh, guys. Gosh. My Burberry belt hasn't been opened yet. Might be good for the... Okay. You know how many she's got passed? 1. Do you know what her success rate is? It's like 0.32% success rate of bills. So this one ain't going to go through. So let's go ahead and remember that as we go into this. There's no reason to fearmonger. This is actually like a humorous part. This is like a Saturday Night Live skit, which Elizabeth Warren is a Saturday Night Live character in real life. Is what we're going to look at here is this is funny what we're going to look at. We can laugh at it and make jest because it's not going to happen. 0% chance. Frank, please ask Ben about the BitLab Indicators lifetime plan.
They want a lifetime.
We don't have one?
I don't believe so.
Don't believe so. Okay. Something we'll look at. The thing is there's going to be more. I think we're going to have up to 20 of these eventually, right?
Yeah.
Up to 20 of these indicators.
It's going to be a lot of them.
Some bots, indicators, algorithms, all kinds of stuff. There's going to be a full suite. So I don't know. We'll have to take a look at that. Maybe we can do something where like maybe once a year we can offer a lifetime deal or something like that. So we're still trying to get.
Nick.
Did you move after the swatting? Well, ironically, we were already. I've been having a house built for almost 2 years, and thankfully, when we got swatted, it was almost done, and so that was very close to us moving. And when Tom Tiedemann doxed my house, we had just moved 2 days before that. Just moved. So. Yeah, I appreciate all the concern about this, guys. I really do. It means a lot to my family, to my kids, my wife. It means a lot to have support of the community and everything that happens. So, because for me, like, look, nothing scares me. My fear receptor is broken, I guess. So it doesn't bother me, but it bothers my kids and it bothers my wife. And it's something that You know, all the kind words and outpouring support has just been, you know, really phenomenal. So appreciate you guys. Don't cry. Yeah. Rogue nations, oligarchs, and drug lords are using crypto to launder billions, evade sanctions, and finance terrorism. My bipartisan bill puts common sense rules in place to help close crypto money laundering loopholes and protect our national security. Showing a monumental lack of comprehension of the technology, Warren wants to classify wallets, nodes, and validators as money service business. This is a continuation. This is a continuation of what we saw from the infrastructure bill, the bad broker language. When BitBoy Mankini, I will not be wearing a Mankini. I'm sorry, if you wear one, you're not a man. I'm sorry. I still believe in a man being a man, okay? I'm sorry. That's just what I believe. A man does not wear a Mankini. I'm sorry. So the answer is never. Furthermore, those entities would be required to register as financial institutions, banking traditional finance. As such, they would need to identify and record the personal information of every person who uses their software. Industry expert, the guy with the glasses, Ryan Sean Adams, called it the most significant attack on digital freedom he's ever seen, but not the most significant attack against people that wear glasses and suits. Moreover, he pointed out that the bill aims to ban financial privacy and turn America into a full-on surveillance state. Added, instead of doubling down on the values of our Constitution, we're fast-following China into a half-assed digital authoritarianism. That's very true. It's funny to me that what it took for me to notice who this guy is. I didn't know he existed before he talked about me. And the funny thing is reality is, so he says it should upset, if it upsets my wife and kids, it should upset me. That's what it does. That's what I was saying, of course, right? If it was just me by myself and that happened, it wouldn't bother me. What it took for Ryan Sean Adams to become famous on the internet, pretty funny. But then when I went on a show, the reality is Ryan and I, we agree on almost everything. We agree on almost everything. And one of the guys that he says should be in charge of crypto regulation, well, he got into crypto watching my channel. So, you know, I think it's pretty fun. But he's 100% right here. America's turning into a surveillance state. We're already the USSR when it comes to news propaganda. We're coming out of that, thank you to social media and Elon Musk and anti-censorship. I feel like you can actually talk about things on Twitter again and be open about things. So I think there is hope, but Elizabeth Warren has no idea what she's doing. I'm not going to go on and rant about her again because obviously she's an idiot. Pro-crypto Congressman Tom Emmer looks to reintroduce bill to protect non-custodial blockchain service providers. U.S. Congressman Tom Emmer is looking to reintroduce a bipartisan bill aimed at excluding non-custodial blockchain service providers from registering as custodial exchanges. This is basically for decentralization, is what this is for. Probably a good time to re-up my bipartisan Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act. Bill asserts the blockchain entities that never custody consumer funds are not money transmitters, obviously, providing necessary legal certainty to ensure the future of crypto reflects American values. I mean, yeah, this is common sense stuff, guys. This is common sense stuff, Tom. The fact that somebody would push back against this shows a fundamental misunderstanding of crypto, blockchain, and decentralization. If it's passed, it would not be subject to licensing in light of the contagion. Let's see. He says it wasn't about crypto or decentralized finance, but a failure of centralized finance. Sam Bankman-Fried and SEC Chairman Gary Gensler. Hey, we gotta work with this guy. I gotta get this guy on my team. I gotta get this Tom Emmer guy on my team. I know he signed a thing. A lot of people were giving him a lot of grief about signing something about not investigating FTX, being hard on exchanges, blah, 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 blah. He wasn't meeting with SBF. Gary. I gotta team up with this guy. You know, we'll be a super team. We'll be the blockchain. We'll be the blockchain Starsky and Hutch. That's what we'll be. I had to think of that. It was a little before my time, but I remember the remake, the movie. Terra Celsius, 3 years capital, wiped $53.5 billion from crypto portfolios. FTX, only $9 billion. Wasn't that bad, guys. Chainalysis has calculated the two major crypto catastrophes leading to FTX and sudden bankruptcy were more damaging to crypto investors. Terra depegging in May, followed by June's collapses by Celsius and 3 Arrows Capital. Chainalysis says Terra's failed algorithmic stablecoin wiped $20.5 billion. Yeah, guys, what they're missing in this is the fact that FTX started everything. They did all. Now, you got a very interesting thread I'm following right now. Something that, it's weird. Somebody talked about this to me a long time ago, and I don't think I really heard what they were saying. And it got brought up again yesterday, and now I'm sitting here thinking, very interesting. Did FTX actually start everything? Or here's a little clue. Here's a little clue. Did another company actually start the fall of FTX, and then FTX went after that company? Something to think about, because I'm on some very interesting stuff that's showing that this may have all started as far back as January. January, the first makings of these collapses began, and it might have been something personal. We know Sam, he has a lot of personal vendettas. So something to think about. We're more on this. We're going to be focusing a lot more, guys, on other stories now, deep stories that we're diving into, because obviously the FTX stuff, is slowly fading. It will still be around for a while. We'll talk about it, but it's time for us to start going deep into some of these other rabbit trails that we have to figure out all the stuff that happened. Gemini Exchange data leak exposes 5.7 million customer emails. Top 5 billionaires who lost the most money due to 2022 crypto crash. Sam Bankman-Fried, here he is. Net worth lost. What was the joke about Sam? He shows up at Thanksgiving and like, how is that crypto? I bet you it didn't make you a millionaire. And then Sam walks in, he's like, hey, it did. It did. Made me a millionaire. ZZ lost 82 billion. Brian Armstrong, 4.7 billion. Gary Wang, very interesting up there. You never see a picture of that guy's face. You'll never see him again. He's disappeared into China. Chris Larson, $1.3 billion. So there you go. To protect its cloud, Microsoft bans crypto mining from online services. MetaMask and PayPal joined forces to offer crypto on-ramp to select users. I thought this was interesting. Buying crypto is riddled with friction. I got 2 minutes. One-size-fits-all solution, blah, 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 blah. There you go. Active ETH addresses hit an all-time high. Current finance to deploy on ZK Sync. Zero-knowledge proofs could solve CBDC concerns. Ripple XRP Army. Throw it up real fast. I'm sorry, I don't really have time to talk about this story. Ripple to facilitate remittances from 19 European countries. So that's good news. Sandbox onboard security firm Open Zeppelin. So there you go. Taco, you want to come up? Taco's going to talk a little bit about our cruise that we're going to be going on. Also, don't forget our book tour. Make sure you go to bitboycrypto.com and click on the book, get your pre-order. We're doing a book tour at the end of January and beginning of February. And we're also doing a BitBoy cruise where, that's right, you will get to look at my nipples.
What's going on, everybody?
Just shot the video. We're going to be posting the video of me purchasing the cruise tickets. Ben, DZ, Taco, nipples.
6 nipples.
6 nipples.
All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Taco. I am the community manager for the Pluto Alliance, and it's a big day for us, all right? So it has been 5-6 months in the making, and we have finally finished our forge. So what is the forge? If you come over on the screen here, it's our V2 collection. So you had to own a middle panel, a first panel, and a last panel from the same planet in order to get the utility. So if you go over to the Pluto Alliance website, all you have to do is connect your wallet. And then as soon as you connect your wallet, you will see a forge button right here. All right. I don't have my MetaMask hooked up to this computer, but just like DZ said, we're going to be making a video going over the whole entire forge process. So it's going to be very simple. Everything is very self-explanatory on the website, but we're just going to go over it for you just so you don't have any questions. And then also right next to it, it says cruise with us. So if you click this, it'll bring you right to our portal. So this is where you can sign up to go on our cruise. It's going to be on April 17th. It's leaving out of Port Canaveral, Florida. We're going to be going to the Bahamas. We're going to be going to Perfect Day Coco Cay, and then a day at sea to just chill, hang by the pool, hang out with me, DZ. TJ's going to be there. Ben's going to be there. So you can see the agenda if you go here, what's included. I'm not going to go over all of this. I'll let you guys run through it. The FAQ if you have any questions, and also the register. So I just wanted to also make a note. If you go to our registry, let me just fill this out real quick. Pretty much it is, you'll save $400 to $500 through our portal.
Yeah, you go ahead and start typing all that. Okay. Yeah, basically, as Taco types this out, I'll just kind of briefly explain it. Oh, geez, everyone's so short here. As I was saying, it will save you money. We have a bulk discount essentially. So if you go through our portal, you're going to save a lot of money. We don't know the exact dollar amount, Taco. It's in the hundreds. You end up saving in the hundreds. So if you want to maybe take a cruise in April, things are going to be warming up. It's going to be fun. It's a bear market. This is the time you take a little time off. You celebrate. Wait. Screenshot the password. Wait, hit view. We all want to see Taco's password here.
You do not need to go through an access code. You just hit continue. All right. So right now the junior suite is sold out, but the whole thing with the cruise is if you have a black hole, a Mercury, a Mars, a Venus, or an Earth, you will actually be able to forge and get a free cruise ticket. So if the people from the black hole, which are getting the junior suite, if they are going to take the payout instead of the cruise ticket, then we're going to unlock these rooms. So that'll be a 1-month window for our Pluto Alliance alien holders to forge and decide if they want to take the cruise or if they want to take the payout. So let's just go down to ocean balcony view. All right. So as you can see, for 1 or 2 guests, it's the same price, $1,412.93. All right. So if we go over to Royal Caribbean, let's go to the same cruise. Of course, it disappeared on me. But all right, so it is about a $500 difference. If you put the same cruise into Royal Caribbean for the same room that I just selected, you'll be saving around $500. So even if you don't want to chill with us on the cruise, bring your family, bring your friend, and enjoy a nice discount on our package that we're providing for you guys. And of course, these are the utilities. So Pluto is going to get the balcony room. Black hole, like I said, is going to get the cruise suite package. Mercury is going to get the balcony room as well. Mars is the ocean room, and Venus is interior. And then the remaining planets. So this is where you also are going to want to pay attention. You're going to have a 2-week window if you have a Neptune or Uranus, a Saturn, or a Jupiter forge. You're going to be entered to win a free cruise ticket. So that is an awesome little utility that we added here at the end. So there's a maximum of 200 Jupiters. Let's say only 100 people forge. That window is only going to be 100 people that are going to be able to be in the lottery to win. So it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I highly recommend going on this cruise. You're going to meet Ben, like I said, TJ, myself, and DZ. So if you want any more information, you can head over to our Twitter, go to our link tree, and it'll bring up all of our links. Head into our Discord. I'm in there all the time. You can ask me questions. You can hang out. We're going to have game nights and poker nights. So, yeah, guys, Pluto is a planet. That's all I got. Taco, out.
Real quick, shout out to Cameron for the super chat. Says, Taco, we love your hard work and dedication. Yeah. Thank you. And then also, real quick, a few people asking in chat, I will 100% be on that cruise. So make it 8 nipples.
Okay, 8 nipples, and I saw you had one Q&A before we call it a day. I actually saw you. I actually kind of had an answer when I saw you highlighting it.
Yeah. It says Coinbase is running a contest that gets you to buy/convert to USDC. Are they possibly attempting to cover some insolvency issues
and
due
fractional
to
reserves banking? Yeah. So I don't think Coinbase has fractional reserve. Once you say fractional reserve, that kind of says, hey, there are strict guidelines that we need to follow. FTX, people are saying, oh yeah, they were copying fractional reserve. No, fractional reserves, at least until Dodd-Frank rules, or not anymore, you have a specific number you have to have. So you have $100 in customer deposits, you need at least $10. Now you don't need anything. But back in the day, if you have $100, you would need at least 10. So you need to have robust accounting. FTX, they were just stealing from the fund. So there was no real fractional reserve. Brian Armstrong, CEO, founder of Coinbase, he says they have a 1-to-1 ratio. That's just Brian's words. We have the Venus King, Maurice, in the chat. Jim, Taco, and Jim are the VPs. Jim did so much work. You can see Jim at some of these meetups. We are wishing the best for Jim. He's kind of has some health issues. Hopefully he can go. Jim, if you're watching, we love you, Jim. All the work that you did. Met him in real life in Vegas. Really, really good guy. Maurice, really, really good guy. Always see him working from his kitchen. He stays. I'm messing with you, Maurice, man. I love you, man. But I think that's all we got time for. I'm looking forward to the cruise. We're shooting those videos now. It'll be up in the next 24, 48 hours. I'll be hosting ATB tonight. We got a really good one. Johnny, what was that topic we were talking about? the new Donald Trump NFT. We're going to reveal it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to joke about it. We're going to clown it. Maybe we'll talk about the utility. What does it do? It lets you to climb fences and barricades, but only one day of the month. We're kidding. That's all we got. Until next time, DZ out. Love you, BitSquad.